Tom, go ahead and kick us off.
Like you had the ball a lot, got into dangerous positions, but looks like the offense is still missing some component.
Yeah, I think we played the game we played. A lot on the ball, proactive, trying to create opportunities. I would agree. I think we created a lot of danger that we didn't convert enough into clear opportunities. So that's my way to look back at the game. But again, like looking at the performance, quite happy with where we're at tonight. So that's a little bit of a mixed feeling between the performance of the group and of course the result, that are two different things at the moment. So we control the performance, which I'm proud of. Again, like the guys worked really hard. They pushed. I think there is moments that we need to be more decisive. That's the goal. That's also potentially the danger we created and the opportunities we didn't create from that danger. But there is again a lot of positive, which is difficult to say when you don't see the result.
And then the one mistake you make is punished severely. Was Conrad not decisive enough on that
Again,
play?
it happens. It's a game of mistakes. So like the blame is not on Conrad. Is again I look more at moments. From that moment, we get punished. There is probably some other moments in the game where we don't get punished. Uh, so right now, we need to turn those things into like positive for us. So can we learn from those mistakes and make maybe different decision in the future? Right now, again, we're speaking about building. And with building comes different experiences from those games and those moments. So I'm hoping we can learn from it and keep moving in the direction that we're moving into.
And did you like how Cordova looked for his first time out?
Yeah, I thought again like getting into areas like it's very difficult to assess Sergio on the time he played, because we played against like a very low block. The defense was quite compact. Probably not much space, a lot of ball like in the air, but like what he had to do, I thought like he did well. So like he's gonna give something different for us, and I'm happy we were able to get him some minutes tonight.
We'll go on Zoom to Santi.
Coach, good evening. Sergei
evening.
Tochar had a great first half. I'm assuming the substitution was due to his minute count. And what were you looking for with Sergio Cordova going as the replacement for Tochar?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with Sedi tonight. Again, that was the idea in bringing him in, like to start the game. Give us some quality on the ball, give us like a different profile as well in between the lines. So I thought like he had a great performance. I thought he gave us like a different look as well in terms of like how we wanted to build up. Bringing in Sergio, I thought was gonna give us like a little bit more weight like on the back line. I thought like in second half quite quickly they dropped because of that early goal in the second half. So we didn't need like an extra man to come like deeper into fit. So we could rely on like three midfielder, having Chris, Danny, and Cello. So having a second forward was gonna give us like a little bit more weight, I thought, in the final third.
Justin.
Coach, what needs to happen in some of those transition moments? It seemed like there were some opportunities to hit maybe some like long balls to the weak side runner that maybe didn't materialize or that wasn't being looked for. Like, what would you like to see from the transition to be a little more dangerous in those decisive moments?
Again, I thought like we spoke about the balance last week a little bit, finding those moments where we need to use the ball to create those chances. I thought tonight like we had like a decent balance. We didn't win the ball back like as high tonight and as often than we did like in the past two games. So I thought the transition moments were less obvious. That's also like the reason why I thought we didn't go for it that often. Again, it's part of the progress we need to make in recognizing like the right moments to attack and to really like benefit from those transition, and the moments maybe to keep the ball and be a little bit more patient. So right now the group is in that process of figuring it out. And yeah, again, I need to rewatch. Like, did we have more moments where we should have attacked quicker? My feeling from the sideline was the guys had an understanding of like, let's get control, let's pin them back, let's try to create. And then in second half, I thought like every time we won the ball back was more like with our center back, and there wasn't any clear like transition moments where the back line is stretched because like everybody was behind the ball. So I think again it's something we need to look at, but that didn't strike me as being a problem tonight.
And then Sangbin comes on late in the match and he plays a wing back over those final couple minutes where you're just hoping to have like a more direct like threat with him out wide.
Yeah, we were looking to have like two inverted players. That's why we pushed Rafa on the right side. Like again, they did a good job like defending deep. I wanted to have like guys that could play inverted and could cross more in swinging. Also having his profile like in 1v1, like I thought like he could potentially benefit from some isolated moments where he could go in 1v1 and create those chances or those opportunities to cross. Again, it didn't materialize tonight, but that was a little bit the idea for the last part of the game. Yeah.
Drew.
Coach, going back to SETI, when you see you guys give 100%, when you look at player evaluations, how much of that is like in-game performance versus training? Like who gets to start, who gets minutes?
I'd say it's both. Like we see the guys every day. Hopefully, like they make the most out of the opportunities when they get to play. Sedi like came on like I thought really well the first two games. I also thought we needed something different, like a little bit more control, like playing home. We know that Sedi right now is limited, like as he's coming back, but at the same time, like he gave us a lot, like on the ball and also off the ball, like with his understanding of the game. So I'd say it's hard to put it into numbers, like how we assess players, but we spend a lot more times in training than in the game. So like obviously, like we also need to assess some of those guys that don't get many minutes like in the game and give them like a fair chance based on how they perform in training. So for Sedi, I would say like we relied a lot on like what he showed us in the first two games, and I was quite pleased tonight with what he gave us and what he brought to the team.
Emmett.
The team finished with 61% possession tonight. At one point, did you feel the team was creating general danger versus just moving the ball around in the second half?
I don't know if there is like a real turning point, like in between like possessing and like really turning it into danger. I think there was like it came and went, like there was those moments where possession materialized with like some moments where we were able to unbalance and get in the box or get across. But again, is it the right time? Do we have enough number? Are we crossing just to cross the ball, or do we really have an intent of like finding someone? This is more the reflection I want to have with the staff and the players, of course, in terms of like how can we be more efficient? At the end of the day, like when you play those games against the low block in the second half, it's very difficult. Like they've got good center backs, they're quite athletic, like good in the air as well. So how can we benefit from those like little moments where we have chances? We had like good chances like in the second half, where maybe we get a shot, maybe we could get a handball, maybe you can get something like inside the box, and you don't. So is there something we can do a better job at? I'm sure we can. We can find some of those things like in our reflection piece. But right now, like looking back at the games tonight, like I thought like we went on the front foot like for the full second half, trying to find those openings to get those chances.
We'll finish with Tom.
You only made 3 subs in the game. Is fitness wise, there was no need for anybody else?
I thought guys that were in the game like were like providing what we wanted to. I also was quite mindful of like the balance of the game. Like in those games where you concede the first goal like quite early in the second half, there is like 2 ways to look at it. Like it's either like you make early changes and you hope for the best that you don't concede the second, or you see how the game develops and you see if you're still creating danger. So I thought we were dangerous without making like too many early subs. And I thought like at the end of the game, like bringing those guys in, like gave us like maybe a different look in terms of the profile. So it's always interesting. Like, and if you look at the bench, like are we bringing in like center backs or more midfielder? Like I thought like what we needed was like maybe more like crossing, more presence inside the box. We had some discussion about like at some point, like do we pull a midfielder to bring in like an extra attacking player? But I thought same thing. I thought Chris and Danny were quite good in like projecting themselves inside the box and creating danger. So those are all the reflection and the thought process we're going through like on the bench, and I thought tonight like we needed those three guys to come in, and I didn't think like more would have helped or created a different picture. Again, like that's gonna be part of the reflection, like looking back. But yeah,
Coach, thank you.
thank you guys, thank you.
Entirely my fault. I take all the blame. There it is. Yeah.
Go ahead and kick us off.
Team, another case where the way you guys played should have had more than 0 points out of today.
I mean, at the end, it's about the outcome, and you need to score goals to win a game. That's our lack for the first three games. We scored 1 goal. I think we did a decent job in defending. We did a decent job also in playing into the final third, but we were not clinical enough to score. And I mean, Seattle, I don't know how many chances they had, but maybe 2, and they score 1 goal. That's the difference at the moment. It's a disappointing result. When you see the first 2 home games, we should have at least 4 points, I think. Now with 1 point after 3 games, that's disappointing, but we keep going. I mean, it's a new team, it's a new identity. I think we showed everyone that we're a different team, that we play good soccer. But as I mentioned, at the end, it's about the result, and we need to fix that problem.
And then, yeah, the 1 goal they get, not a whole lot of mistakes, but that's a situation where that's the 1 chance they got. It was a really good chance and very tough to stop them.
I mean, we played our role in this goal, but that's happening. That's unlucky. At the end, he scored, I think, between 2 legs, and that's difficult. But we should have scored before. We're often in a 3 against 2, running at their defense, missing their final pass. That's what we have to work on. I mean, it's such a difference than last year, how we behave, how we play, how we show up also in training. We treat training this year more serious than last year. It's such a difference in the culture. But as I mentioned, at the end, it's soccer, and soccer, you have to win games, and then your argument's on your side. But at the moment, we have to fix that problem. I'm believing in our philosophy. I'm believing in all kind of work we're doing. I think we're a fit team. That's also important for us, and the season is long, and we're looking forward to the next game.
Have you felt good about the way the defense in general has played? Like Charlotte didn't have a whole lot of chances.
I mean, Charlotte didn't have many chances. I think Seattle as well. San Diego has their chance in the first 15 minutes, and then the second half some. But when you see at the XG, when you look at the XG, it's quite low. So I think we do a decent job. The whole team does a decent job in press. But now it's about converting this press into goals, because you cannot win a game without goals. I mean, that's true.
Justin.
FC, to kind of build off that, I know you're maybe not quite the right person to ask, but in your mind, like what needs to happen for that next step of scoring those goals and being a little more decisive?
I mean, you saw the game. I think we missed the last pass. I remember one chance in the first half where we ran 3 against 2, and we missed the right pass. That's what we have to work on. That's what we have to do. I'm believing in these guys. I see how they train, how they score in training, but it's a difference in the game. But still, we as a team, we're believing in our way. We knew that there will be difficult moments in the first games, and yeah, we're missing 3 points from the first game and maybe a 1 from this. So we have to work on that. We have to keep our heads as well up. It's a different way where we're playing and how we're playing this year. So I see confidence growing in this team. That's the most important thing. I see a difference than last year. I see a more proactive way of playing. But now it's about putting that goal to lead to then to have more confidence, then score the second. That's the way we want to play, and that's what we're working on.
Thanks, yeah.
Drew.
How do you stay positive, stay confident, and keep believing in the system when we get results like this?
I mean, we had 3 games into the season. If we now throw our head down and say everything is lost, I think that's not the right mentality. I'm in general a positive human being. That's why I'm looking forward now. we make a video analyze on Monday, and then we're looking forward to a big challenge ahead. But I don't like the negativity around. It's about how we build, how we getting a process. I mean, if we're chanceless, if we don't have anything, and we're not capable to compete against a team like Seattle, I would be worried. But I think, and you guys agree, that is not the case.
We'll finish up with Tom, if you have it. No. Timo, thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, dude.
It seems like offensively, the chances are there, but it's just getting that last step. What's been the problem for this offense so far?
Yeah, I think it's a unique game towards the end of the game. I thought we controlled the first half really well, had a lot of good counterattacks. Yeah, it's frustrating. The hardest thing to do in soccer is score a goal, and yeah, we're definitely looking into that as much as we can. I think there are performances for sure to build off of. I think we have that feeling in the group, that belief, that we will start finding the back of the net. I believe in all the guys up front, so I think it's a matter of time. I look at the performances, and I'm proud of what the group has done. It's just we've left too many points on the table, I think.
How disappointing to only have 1 point out of these 3 games in which you have, I mean, the San Diego game would be different, but the 2 home games in which you have been in control, it seemed, for much of them.
Yeah, the 2 home games for sure are extremely frustrating. But as always, the support from the fans has been incredible. We feel that on the pitch. And like we've said, it's up to us to continue to create the energy for the fans, not the fans creating energy for us. And I think we did that for large stretches of the game. Now we just got to turn these into 3 points.
What does Cordova bring to the team?
Yeah, I think you could see he's a bit of a bigger body up front. Good hold up play. He's only trained with us for a couple days now, so it's a quick introduction for him. But he's come in and done well. So we're looking forward to him helping us, and Simon continue to push as well. So the more competition, I think, the better within every position on the pitch.
Justin.
Chris, the midfield battle, like obviously you think of Seattle's midfield, you think on that you were able to mostly like keep them at bay from controlling the game. Does that lead to some of the disappointment as well? Just that you did get some of those aspects of the match right?
Yeah, I think Christian is one of the best American midfielders in the league, and I look forward to challenges like that. I know me and Danny were really up for it. And yeah, we kept them at bay for large points, but it's still 0 points for us at the end of the day, and that's frustrating. We have to take this one on the chin. And I'm happy with the level of urgency so early on in the season, and the disappointment so quick. I think it shows everybody is hungry, and it shows that we're not satisfied. Yoann is pushing the group a lot and very demanding. I think you see our identity on the pitch. And that's something to be proud of and something to not turn away from. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We have to keep pushing.
Thanks, guys.
Drew.
Do you feel like you get targeted at all for yellow cards? Like the refs look at you more? Is that frustrating for you?
I mean, I'm in a susceptible position on the field. I run into a lot of City fans, and they tell me to stop with the yellow cards. So that hurts sometimes, but it's not for me to comment on that for just the league's sake and with referees and stuff. That's not my area to talk. I try and play the game within the rules, and unfortunately, it's at the discretion of the referee.
And then Timo talked a little bit about it, just staying positive. How do you stay positive when we don't get the results that we should?
Yeah, I think we were 3 games into the season. We have so much more of the season left, but like I said earlier, that urgency is already there. We've had 8 weeks as a group, and I think you're starting to see the identity that we're laying. I think we've had a tough start to the season, in terms of fixtures. And I like the way we've matched up against every single team. And, on another day, I think we have, 6 points out of this. So it is frustrating, but we have to take the performance of the group, and now the individual performances have to raise all across the board.
How have you felt about just the defense in general, not everybody as a group, as an 11-man group, how well this team has played defensively?
I don't think we're giving up a lot of opportunities. I think we're making it difficult for teams to score. I know it's a frustrating goal today, but mistakes happen. But we've been challenged against 3 difficult teams with really quality attacking power, and I think we've held up for the most part. But like I said before, we don't have much to show for it. So we keep finding positivity from those moments. But we're continuing to lay the foundation, and it needs to get better. We are constantly on the search for a clean sheet, and that's the mentality from the entire back line. And we need that back within, especially these confines within City Energizer Park.
Yeah, how'd you like the response after they score? Because then at that point they're content with more of a low block and make it tougher. How did the team handle that?
Yeah, I think the group showed no signs of quitting or putting their head down. I think everybody was committed. I think we didn't create enough chances. I think there were opportunities to create chances, serving the ball in more. I think we threw so many guys in the box, and we needed a little bit more service at times. So that's a bit disappointing, but the back line did really well with holding up with just 1 or 2 guys back. It sometimes it felt like on the counter there. So I like the mentality from the group. I think we just need to push a little bit more.
Chris, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Chris.